and if you're in an executive level job, it's not easy to find an executive level job tomorrow. So it took me some time, and we ended up in really financial dire straits. It was home in foreclosure, you name it, everything you can imagine that was going on with us, and it was really a difficult time. My wife was a stay-at-home mom, and I ended up finding a job within about a year, and it didn't actually simplify our lives at all. It became more complicated because, believe it or not, the job was in Canada and I'm in the US. And so then it was, okay, now we have a home in Canada, a home in the US, kids in school. We started having grandkids. We want to be everywhere, and we're having a really difficult time living the life we wanted to. And then Roxy was my wife, and she found Monat before it started, early 2014, and she probably spent her last $400. We had expenses all over the globe at this stage, and trying to dig ourselves out of a hole, and spent our last $400. And then we took a drive from Canada to the US to obviously visit the grandkids. And so on the way, she started telling me about it, and I could hear in her voice the excitement. I understood what network marketing was, and that if you had the right product, the right compensation plan, and the right support in the organization, then you can do some incredible things. And so she described it all to me, and I go, wow, I can't believe this company. And, I was all in. I'm like, okay, let's do this. I said, I'm going to help you in whatever way we can. And so it really became, I had a full-time job, but I would do everything I could to support her. She would work super hard, and she just started loving this. And then we met the leaders of the company. And I'll tell you this, when I took the job in Canada, who in the world would think that you'd take a job in Canada, right? I don't know if there's any Canadians on this call, but it's like, I love all my Canadian friends, and I loved, one of the best jobs I ever had was the job in Canada. But I said, how am I going to take a job in Canada? There's no way I'm going to Canada. And I got a call from the founder of the company. And within 5 minutes, this is a man I should have worked with my entire life. We connected on a level that I never connected with any of my bosses for my previous 30 years of working in the industry. And I go, wow, I should have been working with this guy my whole life. And I'm so sad that it took this for me to find this individual and this culture that they created there. And this was my corporate job, my new corporate job. But it's something that I didn't realize was super important. So when we found Monat, and we met the company founder and the president and the CEO, and you you meet these individuals, you listen to their stories, and you go, these people care, they get it. They could have started a company to create the world's best hair care with the world's most innovative products from a natural, based on natural ingredients and science that builds them and makes sure that they work. They could have went brick and mortar. They surely could have went brick and mortar. And when you talk to them, the chairman of the board, who is the founder, Senior Louis, he came from Venezuela, and he became, throughout his life, he was the top Tupperware salesman in all of Venezuela. And Tupperware is a hard business. I'm just going to tell you. The one thing you love about the Monat products, not only are they amazing science-backed natural products that work, they are consumable. It means when you use them, the person loves them, and they wash down the drain, and they need to buy more. And that makes it so that, you're going to make residual income off of the customers that love it and you support, but you're also going to grow as you find more customers and market partners and things like that. And then you can imagine in Tupperware, when you have your Tupperware, you've got that customer for today, and maybe in 5 more years, they're going to need some more Tupperware. You know what I mean? And so it's such a hard business, but he built that business, became number one. And he came to America and said, I'm not going to do a brick and mortar business. He could have done that. He could have invested in sales chains and marketing plans and all kinds of stuff. Instead, he said, I'm going to take the money that we would have spent to make a brick and mortar business, and we are going to invest it into the people that had invited you to this call, quite frankly. They give 50% back on everything that's spent to the market partners on the phone. And if you're if you know anything about business and you've been in a normal business, when somebody sells you a product, they're lucky if they make 30% on, if they get 70% margins on their products, because they are paying all kinds of costs, facilities, you name it, business stuff. And so when they give 50% to the sales force, it just makes it so much possible to dream bigger, hit bigger goals, and make incredible things happen with your business. And so Roxy started this business just trying to earn, she wanted to pay one bill. We were in dire straits. We had 2 homes to support now. We've got 2 sets of bills. She wanted to pay one bill. Canada decided to devalue their dollar on purpose and dropped my effective paycheck by 30% when I had to move money to the US. So it was like we were still dire. She started working this, and what she found was she thought she was selling shampoo. And then she ended up learning that she was selling dreams. She worked super hard. It's an easy way to do this. Job is not hard. I'm just going to tell you, if I can do it, because I've been doing it, and I get market partners and customers to sign up, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. But it does take work. It takes showing up. It's just like if you started a business and you had, let's say you opened a Subway franchise, and you got to show up to work. Every single day you're working. And the great part about a business like this, this is not what happens in corporate America. When you work super hard, you get super rewards. It really turns into, your effort turns into the stuff that happens in your life. And so it's so different than your 9-to-5 job. I remember as a senior vice president of the last company that I worked for, I had that guy who was working 70, 80 hours a week. He would blow off Thanksgiving. He would do whatever it took. If I needed something done, the guy would work like crazy. And I could give him about 2% more increase on his paycheck than the schlub that came in at 9 o'clock, looked at the clock for the next 7.5 hours, and then got up and left, and forgot about me and any of our goals. And so this is a business that pays you for what you do in your performance. And so if you can take that, it's super important. So Roxy worked super hard. She got to a director level, which nowadays it's about halfway through the comp plan, you earn a Cadillac, and you're paid to drive a Cadillac. And if you get to the top of the company, they give you more, like twice that amount of money for your Cadillac, and now you're allowed to get a Jaguar in the U.S. Or a Range Rover, I think it is, if you're at the top of the comp plan. So Roxy got to the top of the comp plan. I think she was the 4th person to do it or something like that. And so maybe the 10th, I don't remember at that stage. But she worked super hard, and I supported her. I did laundry, and I did everything I could. I made her meals. I did the shopping, and I'd come home from work and we'd have some me time, but we were still living this complicated life. At some point, we've got 6 grandkids back in Chicago, and she wants to visit them all the time. And our house got foreclosed, and that was history. So we ended up getting an apartment in the Chicagoland area, and she would spend 4 weeks, 6 weeks there, and then 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 12 weeks in Canada, and then back and forth. And I'd drive 500 miles. It's a 500-mile drive, believe it or not, to the sunny southern side of Canada, which is just on the other side of Detroit. But it's 500 miles to our Canadian home. We built our dream home in Canada. We absolutely loved it. We love the people in Canada. Like I said, I love those people that I worked with. But it really became a very complicated life. And, you're driving, I'm putting in 500 miles each way. So I'm doing about 2,000 miles a month, and I love to drive. So that was okay-ish, but it's still a lot of time physically away from each other. And it wasn't our best life. You want to live your best life. I'm going to tell everybody the secret that you need to know, especially as we just got out of 2020 and we are in 2021. The secret you want for yourself is you want to figure out whatever that best life you want to live is, and then you want to start living that as soon as possible. Whatever that means. If you don't know what that means for yourself, write it down. Go figure out what your best life is, write it down. And so about, gosh, it's almost 3 years ago at this stage, Roxy's business was doing very well. She basically doubled my income in the corporate gig, and I was paid a lot of money. And we were talking, and we were saying, let's remove this complicated life. We just got our dream home built. We loved it, but let's remove our complicated life. And she retired me from corporate America. I think I was 50 years old, something like that, maybe 50. Yeah, I think it was 50. But she retired me from corporate America. And I came home, and I spent the next 2 years doing as a full-time job, doing nothing but loving on my wife, loving on my grandkids. The kids had their day. I say that every time. And supporting her in her business, doing the things I could to help her with her business. And that was my full-time job. And fast forward 2 years after that point, sorry guys, Roxy passed away last March. And the thing that I found most amazing is I got thousands of people reaching out to me to tell me how important she was to them. Like, it didn't matter whether you're on her team or not, she found ways to help you. And then I went upstairs the next day because I needed to tell some people officially. And I found a Post-it note on her computer screen. And on there it said, who do I want to be? How do I get there? She said, read daily, by the way. Who do I want to be? How do I get there? How do I make the most impact on other people's lives? And how do I want to be remembered? And from that moment on, there's not a day that goes by that I don't live those mantras that she lived daily, because I want to do what I can to help other people and make an impact. And whether I'm helping you by giving you the best hair care you possibly can get, I know people out there who know there's an issue with your hair. You know what it is, and you don't like it, and you're turning your head sideways or whatever you're doing when you're taking pictures, and you're self-conscious about it, and it hurts you're not living your best life. Same thing with skincare. I saw some skincare. This I think it was 14-year-old kid. His mom had posted something in Monat before and after, and his skin was just, having a hard time as a teenager. And they started using Monat products, and within 3 months, I think it was 3 weeks, but within 3 months, this kid's looked like a different person. And I posted recently the before and after, and then 6 months after, and you never seen a smile. This kid was miserable over here, and he was living his best life. And the mother was so happy for him and her son, and that you could do something that doctors weren't able to fix and things like that. And so if it's the best skincare, it's making your life beautiful inside and out. And that's what Monat is about. And that's why that I know the people on this call care enough about you to invite you to this call, to let you hear their message, because they want you to live your best life. And I'm going to tell you right now, in 2020, it was a hard year for everybody. We had a virus, a government, a boss tell you can't come to work. No politics in this discussion at all. You were unable to work because of one of those three things. And many people were affected by this. And all I can do is, there's another option for that too. And what I want you to do is I want you to be able to leave this call knowing you can make a decision today to directly control your life. And I'm going to tell you, you don't have to work the hours my wife worked. If you want to get to the top of the company, you're going to want to work those hours. If you want to get a Cadillac, you've got to put in at least 2 hours a day. But it's 2 hours a day in a way that you can be super effective, because we know how to do it. We can help you. Melissa can help you. Kristen can help you. The people on this call can help you be successful, because it's a very simple way to work, not complicated, but it is work. And it can give you the opportunity to take control of whatever happens next in our lives. We don't know how long this COVID thing's going to go on. We don't know if we're going to start getting the zombie virus or something like that. We want to make sure we decide what our paychecks might look like. And that's what you want to walk away from a call like this. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this, a little more about this company. This company has created a science advisory board. And the science advisory board is designed to make sure that we use science. We look at the products in nature that we can find to be most effective to give you incredible products, whether it's hair, skin, or wellness. And they just put game changers together, and they've done it the entire time. And when Monat comes out with something, you know it's going to work. It's not just natural. You've had tons of natural products out there. The ones that work are the ones that you want to find, and Monat's work. And they do clinical trials, and they know they're effective. They're over 95% effective in a clinical trial, that people see results and they feel the results. And a lot of you, if you've been using the product, you know what I'm talking about. And all we're saying is, this is the right product. It's the right time to be able to control your own life and help others control their own life and change their outcome of their life. And Monat has grown. They basically doubled in size in 2020 because people wanted safe, clean, healthy products delivered directly to their door. That's what the world wants right now. And we were the company that already provided that. And so we're one of the few companies in the world that grew by over $400 million. The #1 premium hair care brand. We started skincare last year, 2019 in September, and we're number 12 in the world. And our wellness, we've got 5 products introduced in our wellness, and they've become 10% of our business because they're amazing. I'm going to tell you right now, there's 2 pieces of the wellness that I take that I cannot live without. And I've taken wellness before, and it's just not the same. Because you know why? You start taking it, and I even before Monat released it, I started saying, well, I've tried all that stuff before. And then I tried the Monat ones, and within 3 days, I felt different. I felt them work. And the reason I stopped taking all that other stuff, because it just never changed my life. And that's what we're saying about this. So whatever it is you want to do with Monat going forward, the person that invited you can help you with that. Please reach out to them, have that discussion, get your questions answered. They know how to help you. And you can get great skincare, great hair care, wellness, or maybe put some money in your pocket. And maybe if you really have big dreams, you could change your life. Because those last 2 years that I had with Roxy, 100% of that was because of Monat. What a gift I had. You never know when you're going to need a special gift like that. And it's priceless. But anyways, that's all I had.
Wow, Aaron. Every time I hear you tell that story, it just goes right to my heart. I was so blessed to have met Roxy a few times, and she was just so special. I mean, the way you talk about her is exactly how she treated all of us, even if we were brand new, not on her team, everything like that. So, and it's so wonderful that, the business goes on through you, that you were able to pick it up and take it over, because it's not only is it residual, which I never learned about residual income in school, but it's, income that keeps going. She was able, you can will this to your family. You can, my husband is on my account as well. So that's such a blessing. I know that if anybody has a question, feel free to unmute. I know Kristen had a question.
Hi, Aaron. Thank you so much. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, good. Um, yeah, your story was so powerful. I hate crying in front of people, so
I
thank
know.
you. No, but really, and I did not have the pleasure of meeting Roxy, but I've heard nothing but amazing things. And clearly, she lives through you guys, and it's incredible. My question was, what do you think? I mean, as a man, there's most of my team is women. And as a man, what do you kind of think stands out as something that makes Monate special, from a man's perspective?
To be honest, there, there's so many things. So the boss I had in Canada actually wants to do a startup MLM with me. He offered me to do a tech startup after Roxy passed, and I told him I have to honor Roxy's legacy, and explain that to him. But he still talks to me about MLMs and how to start up a network marketing business. And the fundamental thing that I've seen different about Monate is not only there is their product. You need a premium based consumable product. It's got to be something that people will. You know how like the people become iPhone users and they're no matter how terrible, by the way, I'm not an iPhone user, terrible the iPhone is, people will love the iPhone. Monate creates incredible products that really you'll become addicted to because they're just so awesome. They just work better than anything. So the premium product that works and is consumable is a key to a business. If you've tried Monate, you probably already know. And if you haven't tried Monate, try Monate. Make sure you wash your hair right. Follow the directions. You got to relearn how to wash your hair. I got to be honest with you. You got to relearn how to put conditioner in and relearn how to dry your hair properly so you're not ruining it. And it's all these things that you have to learn. The next thing for me was the culture. And I tried to talk about my experience with culture where I was in the corporate America, and it was just terrible culture. They didn't care about me as an individual, and you name it. I mean, I'll tell you, I even had a boss. A boss had asked me to move my entire team, except for like 8 people, to China, basically. And they said, "Can you do it in a year?" And I did it in a half a year because I wanted to hurry up and find people's jobs before the rest of my company. I'm not trying to say the name of the company, but before the rest of the company could find those jobs. And so I worked super hard to get the China team up and running. And my reward for all of that was that December, my boss had a meeting in China with all the leaders in the company, and we went around the table, and she assigned us all Chinese names. My Chinese name was Gone Soon because her intention was after that meeting to fire me. And that's the kind of thing you had. The culture in Monate and that company that I did work for in Canada was amazing. They care about people the same way I'm describing. The reason I wake up every day is because my heart says, I want to help somebody today. I want to have them have the best life they can, whether it's hair care, skin care, wellness, or food on the table. That's what I'm in it for, and that's what the culture is there. So those are really the 2 premium things. And I was shocked when Roxy got to walk on stage the first time I was there. She was the 4th director in the company, and they handed me the mic and said, "Do you want to say anything?" And one of the things I said is, I was amazed at women supporting and helping women like I've never seen before in my life. And I know my daughter, Brittany, works this business with me. She had her own business, and we sold that business. By the way, you can sell your businesses. We sold that business to somebody, and she became part of my business because she's got little more hair. She sells the product a little bit better than I do. She's got the look, and so we like fit together like this. And Roxy would have told you that we didn't fit together like that.
Yeah.
Out of every kid that we had, me and Brittany were oil and vinegar, man. We did not go together. I keep saying she was the vinegar, and we didn't go together great. But after this, our hearts are so resolved,
Yeah.
and our connection to Monate is so strong. This is everything we do. And it's just, we've transcended all of that, and all of the pieces fit together. And Roxy would be so proud of the way that her daughter is performing and the way we're working together. And it's just a shocker. So that's kind of a long answer. Sorry.
It's so beautiful. I know that we had another question, but we are running out of time on the Zoom, and I wanted to get to the raffle. So I'm going to have my friend Vance reach out to you with his question on the side. Kristen, if you want to go ahead with the raffle, we have 2 products that we're giving away tonight.
Hold on, I had a question. Is Van a guest, or is he a
Guest? And then I also see my friend Julie is on here under Samsung. I just want to make sure you have Julie Topper.
Yep.
Thank you.
Anyone else need to put their name in?
If you haven't typed your name in the chat, hurry.
All right. Okay, I think I have everybody then.
Great.
All right. All right, here we go.
This is for the sleep drops.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't say that.
Sleep drops winner is
Christine M. Can you see that?
all right, Christine.
There we go. Yep, so Christine, get with who invited you. It looks like Patricia invited you based on her excitement. Okay, I'm gonna remove her, and then the second winner is going to win a dry shampoo, which I know every single living being will benefit from. So let me spin the spinner. Here we go.
My teenage son who plays a lot of basketball loves dry shampoo.
Oh yeah. Julie. And
All right.
there you go. All right, Julie, get with the person that invited you so that we can get your address and send you your dry shampoo. All right. If Aaron wants to ask, Van wants to ask Aaron, he typed it in. It says, Aaron, did you dive into this full time, or were you splitting your time between other endeavors? If splitting, did it interfere with your time too much?
Yeah, no, I went in full time. I will tell you that, you know, my ability to connect with any level of young women, between young being 50 to 20, and talk about their pretty hair goes right into the creepy zone sometimes. So I have to find ways to be able to manage that. And you have to find your in. And that's true of any conversation you're going to have with an individual. You've got to look for that in when you're talking to somebody. So like, let's say I'm in line at a restaurant, when we could be in line at a restaurant, and I see some little kid with some mom chasing them around, and their mom is there. I can enter into a conversation about, oh my gosh, I bet you're full, you're full, your hands are full with that, and things like that. And so you think about all of this, and you find your in to have that conversation. And that's what I did. But it's a full-time job for me. It's been a full-time job. I had no other job since Roxy retired me. I was way more busy taking care of grandkids and loving on them than doing Monate. And now I'm full-time Monate, and that's what I do. And to be honest, I'll tell you, I didn't want to get out of bed. I don't remember when it was. Sometime in December, I said, no, I'm not getting out of bed. It was a Friday morning. I said, I'm not getting out of bed. I don't want to get out of bed. It's a hard year for me, okay? Just so we know. But I wasn't going to get out of bed. And then I heard that phone ding, and it was someone asking me for some help. And then, of course, I go, okay, I'll get up. And I got up and I helped them. And that's what I do. And that's why I get out of bed. And that's why I get up every morning. I just want to help people. And there's something about this business that changes who you are. You'll evolve yourself. We do personal development as part of what we do on a regular basis. And it changes who you are. I'm not a people person. Roxy would be like, I know, Aaron, you don't like people. That's what you would say. But you change completely, because there's something about happening to your heart when you start to get involved in other people's lives and helping them through these tough times, especially that we've had this year. So another long answer, sorry.
No, that's good. I love it because I tease my husband. He's a really nice guy, but he's like, I don't want to talk to people like you do. So you remind me of that. So thank you.
I got a whole list of stuff for him. If you want, I can send it. Sorry for him, but I got a whole list of stuff that husbands can do to support their wives.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's good. Oh, Aaron, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for being here. You were just a light and a joy to have, and it's a pleasure to meet you. I hope I could meet you in person someday soon.
Thanks. It was my pleasure too.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much for
Aaron.
sharing.
All right. Thanks everybody for coming. It was so good to see all of you, and thanks so much for being here, and we'll be back next Tuesday.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate. Thank you, Patricia, for the invite.
Congratulations to our winners.
Thank
And
you.
if this at all interests you, please don't hesitate. We are having the most amazing time. You'll never find more clean, vegan, naturally based, beautiful products to help you and your family. And the people, you just can't beat them. We are a family of many now, but it doesn't feel like it. It really does feel like a close-knit family, and I can't say enough about it. So thank you guys so much.
Thanks. Get your
Thank you.
addresses to the people that invited you, and then they'll get them to Melissa and I, okay, so we can send you guys your gifts. And I'm sorry you didn't win.
Charlie.
Hey, it was fun being here.
It was good to have you. Thanks so much, ladies.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you
Thank you all for your
guys.
time.
Bye, Annette.